Okay, quite a bit to talk about today, guys. We're going to talk about some real long-term carnivores, and I think that's pretty exciting to see. First of all, for you guys that know him as Wee Man, Jason Acuna, I guess he started following me on Instagram, and he sent me this little message, which I appreciate. He says, I've been reading and doing my own research on eating and its effect on your health for about 5 years now. From constipation to mental health, sex drive, and gray hair. As I've been doing this, I would see the exact example of these issues with people I personally know and their health. I didn't think it was real until I saw it firsthand. So once I noticed your Instagram and have another person's exact results, I knew it was true. Just so you know, I'm serious. I had some of these health issues, and then I found out what my blood type is. It's O positive, and it is the way of the caveman. I then started to eat like a caveman, and my body changed. I want to thank you, Sean, for doing this Instagram for the people. And by eating as a caveman, I assume he's eating a meat-based diet. He doesn't specifically say that, but that would stand to reason. And just for record, I don't think there's much to the blood type stuff, quite honestly. I think if your blood is red, you're going to do well on meat. But it's good to see more and more people of influence, and he has 1 million plus followers, and you guys may know him from the show Jackass. Maybe you can get Steve-O to add some more meat into his diet if they still work together. I haven't really honestly seen or paid attention to that stuff for many years now, but good to see that. A little snippet from training yesterday. So that was just me doing some pretty easy box jumps with 50 pounds in each hand. Fairly explosive, not bad for 53. A lot of people seem to be impressed by that. Quite honestly, it's actually pretty easy. I've actually done it with 100-pound dumbbells in each hand. So, it pays to continue to maintain that degree of explosiveness as we get older. You should be able to move fast and do those things. That's part of what I do in my training. So, let's talk a little. Let's do a couple things. So there's a number of studies I put up on Instagram today. I woke up this morning feeling a little frisky, and I don't know what got me thinking about this, but there's been a whole bunch of studies out there. Well, I know why this, and there was a study that came out that talked about the fact that vegan and vegetarian women don't want to date them. I mean, that's the thing. It was based on one of these studies. It came out a few years ago. I think it was 2018. Looks like it says eating meat makes you sexy. Conformity to dietary gender norms and attractiveness. And in that study, they basically, said that basically, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to leave it up here. You guys can read it. But it says there's a direct link between gender roles and men's food choices has been somewhat neglected in the literature. The studies conducted in Italy, and these were done out of Padua, which shows the link between meat and masculinity. Studies 1 and 2 analyzed female mating preferences for vegetarian and omnivorous partners, confirming that women preferred omnivorous men. So anyway, that is something to consider. Perhaps they sense a better breeding partner and more likelihood to produce a more robust offspring. And this is sort of something that is sort of maybe confirmed in this study that came out of Loma Linda, by the way. And this Loma Linda is vegetarian central. Remember, the Seventh-day Adventists are vegetarian people, and their science is often skewed in that perspective when we see all these Adventist health studies, which I think have a strong skew for that. So this study was done in 2016, looks at, it was called Food Intake, Diet, and Sperm Characteristics in a Blue Zone, the Loma Linda study. And so this is one of these vaunted blue zones that everybody talks about. And the conclusion of the study says the study showed that the vegetable-based food intake decreased sperm quality. In particular, a reduction in sperm quality in male factor patients would be clinically significant and require review. Furthermore, inadequate sperm hyperactivation in vegans suggests compromised membrane calcium selective channels. However, the study results are cautiously interpreted and more corroborative studies are needed. Another study that came out around the same time says, while a diet high in fruits and vegetables has many notable benefits, the protection against illness and prolonged lifespan Again, this is Loma Linda claiming this. The diet without meat can lead to lower sperm count. Loma Linda University's researchers found that vegetarians and vegans had lower sperm motility and 20 million sperm per milliliter less than their carnivore counterparts. So anyway, interesting information there. I guess this guy, I don't know who the hell he was. His name's Dr. Robert Kasser. I guess he was some kind of wacky fruitarian, vegan, whatever, living in Hawaii. And apparently he's been bleeding out of his ass for the last year and has now gone to eating meat and eating a low oxalate diet. So essentially he's becoming more basically carnivore to heal himself. I think in this picture, he's in his late 50s. So I don't know that the vegan diet has been too kind to him with regard to aging, but nonetheless, good for him for finding that sticking to that dogmatic, letting your asshole bleed for the animals is maybe not the best thing for you. All right, finally, I'm going to add this little clip here. This is between Kelly Williams Hogan, who I've interviewed on my podcast, and Charles Washington, who I've also interviewed on my podcast. These guys are both respectively 10 and 12-year carnivores. Have been doing this documented. They've been in Facebook groups since I think 2008, which they started this group called the Zeroing In on Health group. And so these guys are actually documented doing this for a long time. They're just having a little chat. So let's listen into what they have to say.
Wanted you to get healthy with that, so stopping the exercise as well as eating just from the animal kingdom, then we were hoping to see success. So then by the time you got pregnant and Julia came, we were all we were ecstatic because we got to watch that whole transition. So that's the background there. I just wanted to add that little part.
No, that's so important. It had been 2 years since I'd had a cycle. So that was huge. And I wanted a family. So y'all kept reminding me of that. You need more than just to be skinny, girl.
Yeah. Right. You want the whole mom thing. So we wanted to help you succeed, whether we didn't care what you look. And wait, one more thing. Oh, I'm on a roll. So she shared these pictures. So she shared this picture, the first, she's all skinny and all that with her eyes all sunken. And then she showed this other picture where, according to her, she was all fat, but it was her with this little dog. Man, this chick was fine. It was she looked really, really great. You had this picture, her face looked all filled out and stuff. I mean, she looked amazing. Women would kill for that look, but she's like, nah, I look fat in that picture, all this kind of stuff.
Okay, first of all, I want to applaud Kelly for kind of coming out of not coming out of class. She's been, had a website, but she's becoming more active, and it's good to see these long-term carnivores now stepping up, participating in social media. Obviously, it's been something that's been very much controversial, and you get a lot of negativity thrown your way. We now sort of are reaching a critical threshold where enough people say, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to tell you what I eat, and if you don't, you can take it or leave it. And I think there's enough people in the community. The community has gotten strong enough. There's enough support for these people to come out. Dr. Lisa Wiedemann, who's another physician that's every day at our MeatRx meetings. She's been doing this again for 11 years. Another original carnivore, Joe and Charlene, they've reached out to me. They've been doing it for 21 years, verified by them, and I know there's some controversy about a photo, but this is the stuff, and these people have a lot of wisdom, and I think we should respect that. It's not that, you have to be a physician or, a scientist to be able to share knowledge. And I think there's, we talk about the wisdom of our elders, and we look at these, these indigenous population, look how wise they are. But I mean, there's something when you have a decade of experience, there is some wisdom there. What's important, what's not important, and listening to what they have to say, I think is very valid. And that's how I started, quite honestly. These were the people that inspired me to do this in my 3 years and a few months journey where I've been doing this. And so I want you guys to support these guys. Go check out Kelly Hogan's channel on YouTube. And just get some perspective. We've got a lot of people that are trying to maybe overcomplicate the diet, maybe to make things appear that they're necessary when they don't appear to be necessary. So that's just a very important perspective over the long term. All right, guys, we have over 10,000 people signed up at World Carnivore Month. Good to see we hit that landmark. So this will be the first year we've actually tracked and collected, and these are the people that actually sign up on the MeatRx website. There undoubtedly are many more people participating that haven't signed up. So we know at least 10,000 you verified doing it. I know there are many people that are doing extremely well. We're already getting the success stories even from the 1 month coming in. So looking forward to seeing those and the people that stick it out longer and see what they do. So anyway, guys, have a great day. We'll talk to you later.